Good evening, and welcome to the November 25th, 2019 special call meeting of the Muskogee Municipal Authority. Roll call, please.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Here.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Here.
Marlon Coleman. Ivory Van.
Here.
Derek Reed.
Here.
Alex Reynolds.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Yes. Here.
Thank you. Item 1, please.
Consider approval of resolution number 2792, authorizing the incurring of indebtedness in the principal amount of $2 million and the issuance of the Muskogee Municipal Authority Capital Improvement Revenue Note, taxable Series 2019, waiving competitive bidding and authorizing the sale and delivery of the note, authorizing a note indenture, projects agreement, assignment, note purchase agreement, and other documents as may be necessary or required, and containing other provisions relating thereto, or take any necessary action.
Thank you. Mr. Miller.
Yes, as you all are well aware, the city has had a master plan for a hat box for quite some time to develop that more. The original master plan had estimates about $30 to $50 million, and so over time we've figured out how to do that, accomplish almost all the goals for a lot less money by repurposing existing buildings. In this case, the City of Muskogee Foundation has funded a $2 million grant for a show arena and a building that will connect the existing barns and hangars at Hatbox, and will kind of be the centerpiece for future not only livestock shows but other tourism events related to that venue. The foundation grant's a 5-year grant, $400,000 a year. The project is about a $2 million project. The council's already approved the contract to go ahead, and so this is really the arranging the financing. The financing came through a competitive bidding process through our Treasury Services, and First Star won those Treasury Services with a bid for a line of credit as well. And so that's how we came to be here today, that we've got the financing lined up to go ahead and move this project forward. We do have people here from First Star to answer any questions, and I'm certainly available, and Mark as well. This is the project we're all familiar with. This is just basically the financing to make it happen. We'll be happy to answer any questions. We do recommend approval contingent upon City Council approval later today to approve indebtedness as well.
Make a motion to approve. Really excited about getting this project moving. This is going to be really exciting for our community and especially for our livestock community.
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion or any questions? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. And that's the end of that agenda, so we will adjourn the Muskogee Municipal Authority and call to order the Muskogee City Council of November 25th, 2019. If you will please stand for the invocation by Council Member Ivory Van, followed by the flag salute.
May we bow our heads, please? Our heavenly, most gracious Father, the one who created heaven and earth, we just come tonight to say thank you, dear Lord. Just thank you for all the blessings you've restored upon our city, O Heavenly Father, and bless our citizens and bless our council here. Help us to do your will up here, dear Lord, not for ourselves, but for the people. And bless our new councilman that's coming on board over the Heavenly Father. Bless them and bless their families, O Heavenly Father. Give them the knowledge that they should have being up here, O Heavenly Father. And just continue to hold your arms of protection around Muskogee and everybody in the world. Bless our president, oh dear Lord. Please help him, oh dear Lord, to make the right decisions. For we ask all these blessings in your name for your sake. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Here.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Here.
Marlon Coleman. Ivory Van.
Here.
Derek Reed.
Here.
Alex Reynolds.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Thank you.
Mayor, if I could move that we excuse the absence of Councilman Coleman. He had an unexpected emergency, and he's not going to be able to be here tonight.
I second that.
Okay. Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Here. Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. You all have had time to look at the minutes of the special call City Council meeting of November 4 and the City Council regular session of November 12th, 2019.
Move for approval?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. The consent agenda just consists of items 1 and 2. Does anyone want that put on the regular agenda? Or can we consent to the,
Make a motion, we approve consent agenda items 1 and 2.
okay?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs. Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 3.
Consider the appointment of Stephanie Jones Morgan as Ward 1 City Councilor to serve until the next regular election in accordance with City Charter 206, filling the vacancy created by the resignation of Patrick Cale, or take other necessary action.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I asked the council if they would consider Stephanie Jones Morgan to fulfill the seat left vacant by resignation of Patrick Cale until the next election. I'm really thankful to be making this recommendation. One, because Patrick felt like she could really do a great job. She is one of the contenders for this upcoming seat. And we also know that she's a great lady that has a lot of business knowledge that can benefit the city council. Nothing against Nick, but we do know that she has a lot of the business sense behind Morgan, and she can bring a lot of that to the city council, and we really look forward to having her on the council. A very successful business, and we know a lot of that is contributed to her efforts, and we look forward to that. That is my motion.
Second.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 4.
Administer oaths of office for newly re-elected Councilor Derek Reed, Ward 3, and if appropriate, newly appointed Councilor Stephanie Jones Morgan, Ward 1.
Okay. We will.
If you'd ask them both to come up to the microphone. Ask them both to go over to the microphone.
Can we come up to the microphone so that everyone can hear?
Yeah, hold the mic for them. There we go. Oh, there we go.
I think I think she can do them one at a time. She can do them one at a time.
If you'll raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Derek Reed,
I, Derek Reed,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
all laws of the State of Oklahoma,
all laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Muskogee, Oklahoma,
of the City of Muskogee, Oklahoma,
and I will not knowingly receive,
and I will not knowingly receive,
directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable thing
any money or valuable things
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear
I further swear
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
as Council Member Ward 3
as Council Member Ward 3
of the City of Muskogee
of the City of Muskogee
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Glad
Thank
to
you.
have you again. If you'll repeat after me, I, Stephanie Jones Morgan,
I, Stephanie Jones Morgan,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
all laws of the State of Oklahoma,
all laws in the State of Oklahoma,
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and the ordinances
of the City of Muskogee, Oklahoma.
of the City of Muskogee, Oklahoma.
And I will not knowingly receive,
I will not knowingly receive,
directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable thing
any money or valuable things
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
of any act or duty pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear
I further swear
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
as Council Member Ward 1
as Council Member Ward 1
of the City of Muskogee
of the City of Muskogee
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to take any pictures with your family, I think we can take a little recess here and just do that, and you probably will want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need a motion for that?
No, we're still on that
No.
agenda item.
No, just move on down there and, and bring your families up here too.
Finally got to see it. Sweet. That little one come up here for a long time.
Yeah.
Ivor, you want a water? Water.
I'm good, thank you.
This is just like the Academy Awards.
Stephanie, do you want to hold your own?
I think I may accidentally have.
I see Grandma back there.
Derek, would
Is that
like
you,
to hold this
Cheryl?
for your picture? You want to hold this for your picture?
I won't run over you. I won't run over you.
Should we move?
Maybe.
I was
We'll go stand over here by Alex.
Hey, Jamie, you may get one with her name. With her nameplate. Perfect idea, thank you. I was so scared I was going to read that. You just don't know.
Sure. Let's get over close to you real quick.
Okay. She's trying to get her name. How about your name?
Oh. That was a pencil.
We don't have to do anything about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. I was nervous.
We ready?
I am ready if you are ready.
Okay, that was a lot of fun, and now let's get down to business. Item 5.
Consider the appointment of Counselor Evelyn Hibbs to the Purchasing Committee to serve commensurate with her term, replacing Counselor Patrick Kell, or take other necessary action.
Counselor Stout.
Thank you. With Patrick resigning, we had an opening on the purchasing committee, and I think Evelyn will make a great asset to that committee, and so I recommend her to be our new on the purchasing committee.
I second that. We look forward to serving with her.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 6.
Discuss and take action to select a vice chair of the Finance Committee.
Okay, as you all know, Dan Hall was the previous vice chair of the Finance Committee, and since he has resigned, we need to have a new one, and I would like to suggest that Jamie Stout take that office, because she's usually there, and she knows what it's about, and so if she would agree,
Okay.
that would be good.
You know I won't say no, so yes, I will agree.
Okay, that sounds good. And do we need to vote on this?
I second that.
Okay, I move and he seconds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 7.
Presentation of commemorative tiles to the Muskogee City Council presented by Stephen Ezel, State Chaplain, and Paul McKinstry, Historian of American Legion Post 15.
Counselor Reed.
Yes, I'm going to yield the floor at this time to present one that needs no introduction. I would waste my time trying to even discuss what he's coming for, because I'm sure he'll fully cover all the bases. So at this time, I would like to yield the floor to Stephen Ezel with a special presentation, and he's being joined by Paul McKittrick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
As you all know, my name is Stephen Ezel. Address is 6121 South 6th Street East. I am a state chaplain with the American Legion Department of Oklahoma. And with me this evening is Paul McKinstry, who is the post historian for Post 15 here in Muskogee. Now, we're here this evening to present commemorative tiles in honor of our second annual Hot Dogs and Heroes event, which was held this not more than a month ago. And this year, we paid honor and tribute to the Tuskegee Airmen. Now, for those who are still somewhat aware, the Tuskegee Airmen were the very first all-black fighter pilot unit in the second to serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. They served from March of 41 to September 49. During the Second World War, they flew over 15,000 sorties. 72 of their airmen shot down 112 German aircraft. One of them, who shot down 4 aircraft, was actually here from Oklahoma. His name was Joseph Ellsbury. He's buried in Arlington National Cemetery. There were 6 Tuskegee Airmen total from Oklahoma, 3 of whom are actually buried and memorialized at Booker T. Washington Cemetery. Now, despite some initial concerns about the viability and feasibility of this event, this has had some very distinct benefits. One, there are other Legion posts who would want to take this event to their homes and try to help preserve and clean the grave sites of veterans in their areas. Secondly, this program has actually served to save the Muskogee High School Junior ROTC program, which several months ago was in danger of being shut down because of their efforts in cleaning up the cemeteries. They were able to double their cadet strength, and they just passed their recent unit inspection with the highest marks possible. So we're going to be making arrangements to present those cadets with an individual tile and also a certificate of commendation from the Legion, even a certificate of commendation from the state. Who knows, maybe the city might want to get involved. But our next project is going to be to honor the Buffalo soldiers. And next year we will be having our event at the old fort at Fort Gibson. And now, with no further ado, Paul, would you bring the large tile up and the other tiles? Councilman Reed, would you please step forward, sir?
It's actually heavier than it looks.
Councilman Derek Reed, in tribute and appreciation for your efforts in helping to promote this event and future events, we would like to present to you this commemorative tile. For those of you who can't see, the plane they're standing in front of is a P-40, that P-40 Warhawk. That's one of 5 distinct planes that the Tuskegee Airmen flew during the war. It's one of the first planes they flew. And we have individual tiles for each of the council members. People who would like to be.
I'd like to call Tara forward at this moment, if I may. This young lady, I didn't know until just a few minutes ago, actually helped create these tiles. So I think she deserves recognition, and it's a community effort on everyone. This is what makes Muskogee. Now, I've given this spiel a couple of times before. Please bear with me. Has anyone here ever heard of Girl Scout cookies? You know where Girl Scout cookies got started? Muskogee, Oklahoma, 102 years ago. Who would have thought that those young ladies then would even think that would become an international phenomenon? What really kept me going through this project, through the good times and the bad times, are those young ladies. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, 100 years ago in teeny town Oklahoma, women couldn't even vote. But whatever it took for those girls to make those cookies a success, that's what kept us going. If they did it, we can do it. Now, I started a project here in Muskogee a year ago this month. We had our first picnic, what we call Picnic at the Cemetery, also referred to as Hot Dogs and Heroes. And what we're doing, this is not to honor veterans. We have Veterans Day, Memorial Day, etc. This is to honor the young people that helped clean up that cemetery. We figured that those young people, high school students notably, saved this city over $10,000 cleaning those 2 cemeteries. That's what it's all about. We want to get young people involved with the history of these people are. The doughboys of World War I, the Tuskegee Airmen of World War II, so it's all about the young people. And I'm hoping that, like Girl Scout cookies, this will become a national phenomenon within a few years. As Stephen mentioned, we had dignitaries from Oklahoma City come to the picnic to see if they can't do it down in Oklahoma City and call it Hot Dogs and Heroes. But by golly, it started right here.
The very purpose, and one of the 2 main purposes of the American Legion, why we got involved in this, is part of the preamble of the Legion Constitution. 1, to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in all wars, and to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy.
I'm doing this to save time.
What happens when we're all dead and gone? Someone needs to carry on our legacy. Young people don't want to do it. Who will? And each of these tiles is being presented to you.
Thank you.
In recognition of your support.
Thank you.
Now, in addition to what Stephen has been saying, is, and I'll get you a couple more, is it's an impressive project. It's really gotten way bigger than I expected. Dell Tile, when they commissioned these tiles, have told me personally they will never be made again. These are collector's items. And there will be people probably on flea markets and eBay selling these things in the future. But I want everyone to know that we're doing it for Muskogee and for the young people, like you said, the cadets. We're trying to get the Thunderbird youth involved, the Boy Scouts. So that's what it's all about, is for Muskogee. So I'll get a couple more tiles and let it be known that these tiles will never be done again. Next year's we're going to have on there the old fort from Fort Gibson. The year after, I've already talked to the Batfish. We would like to have one for the Batfish and make it as a fundraising project to help get the Batfish back in order. So basically it.
Well, thank you both. And this is a great thing. We thank you for the tiles and for all your work and all the stuff that goes into this. Thank you very much. And
He's coming back up here.
before
One more thing real quickly. This is a tile from last year.
I still have mine.
I hope so.
I do.
Collector's items go. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to make me a promise.
Well, I don't know.
Let's put it up in the building somewhere, the first 2 tiles. And every year I'll try to make sure that the city gets one and we'll put it somewhere down on the floor.
Okay. We'll try to find a spot that will be appropriate.
Somebody told me that we'll try is also a promise from the mayor, so.
Well, you can't hardly believe anything you hear, but I will certainly do that.
That's what we're trying to do is just promote Muskogee as an across America.
And we
And
certainly
these
want
are
to be in on it.
These are already from California, Florida, New York, and we're presenting one of the large ones, the last one, to the governor next month.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Can I get one of those?
No, yes.
I need one for the barracks. If you have a,
Well, while we're still finishing that up, I would like to acknowledge the fact
Can I
that
get
we
an
have
extra
a
for the barracks?
former city councilor here,
Thank
Mr. Robert Perkins. Has been a councilor a long time ago.
Deputy mayor, too.
He was also the deputy mayor. So Wayne, if you have any questions, you might want to pick his brain.
Them some big shoes to fill there.
Yes. And with that, we'll go on to item 8.
Consider approval of resolution number 2791 relating to the incurring of indebtedness by the trustees of the Muskogee Municipal Authority, waiving competitive bidding and authorizing the sale of the note at par, authorizing a projects agreement and assignment and other documents as may be necessary or required, or take other necessary action.
Mr. Miller.
Yes, Mayor and members of council, this relates to the vote we took earlier with the municipal authority. The council has to allow the authority to incur indebtedness, and that's what this vote does. They're tied together to allow the issuance of the note.
Move for approval.
Second.
Is there any discussion, questions, comments? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 9.
Consider approval to submit a grant application to the Economic Development Administration for the Economic Adjustment Assistance Program for a 3-phase transit plan project for the city of Muskogee, or take other necessary action.
Mr. Miller.
Yes, thanks, Mayor and members of the council. This is a grant application. Neighbors Building Neighborhoods is the lead applicant. The city is participating as a joint applicant and helping provide matching funds primarily through the transit plan related to the bikes, trails, and pedestrian transit plan that we've already funded. You guys have already approved. That match will allow us to go put together the plan and then likely be able to fund this grant, if we were able to get it, will help us fund the implementation of that plan, along with some other things and expansion of transit. We do recommend approval, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Make a motion for approval, and I do want to express my appreciation to our leadership that continues to seek out grants and other ways of providing for the needs of our community that is alternative funding.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs. Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 10.
Consider approval of resolution number 2794 concerning bridge inspection responsibility by the city of Muskogee for compliance with national bridge inspection standards, or take other necessary action.
Mr. Riley.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. Every 2 years, ODOT sends us a list of approved bridge inspectors, and we as a city are required to select one to do our inspection for a 2-year period. ODOT pays the bill. We just select the inspector. They inspect all our bridges and provide us any information we need as far as any repairs that need to be made, or if anything needs to be shut down if we have a major problem. But so we interviewed 3 of the qualified inspectors that they provided us. There were no local inspectors on the list. And we selected Consor Engineers. They've been our inspector for the last 2 cycles, so 4 years. And provided excellent service and had no issues. They've done a great job for us, and we recommend approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs. Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. We're going to strike item 11. It was proposed by Marlon Coleman, and he couldn't get here tonight. He said he'd just wait on that. So we will now recognize citizens who wish to talk to us, and the one we have tonight is Ivory Van.
Yeah, Ms. Boyson, before I get started, could I ask Mr. Perkins to come right there to the mic?
Okay, Mr. Perkins, would you like to come to the mic? Is that on?
Also, I would like to counsel, see if I can, it ain't gonna take me that long, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. See if you give me two more minutes.
Make a motion, we extend the time to 5 minutes.
Second.
Okay, you're in charge.
We need a.
Oh, wait, we have to have a roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs. Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries.
Well, Mr. Perkins, God works in mysterious ways. You know, when I got on this council and took one of your places in Ward 3, one thing you told me, Ivory, if you don't do nothing else, go to the National League of Cities.
Right.
You meet different people all around the world. And, sir, I want you to come to the mic so I could personally thank you for giving me that advice, because I've been going since 2014, and it's 2019, and I just got back from San Antonio last night. I went last Tuesday to the National League of Cities. And I also go to the National League of Cities to the Black Caucus of Elected Officials. That's another great organization to belong to. But I just want to say thank you, sir, for encouraging me, and also thank you, Mr. Miller, and Marcia, for always getting my stuff ready for me to go. Because you can have a seat now, Mr. Perkins. But I just want to say thank you, sir, for your service too. The National League of Cities is something that I can't hardly explain. It's just mind-boggling to meet so many people from around the United States. And like I said, I've been going since 2014. And these people that I met in 2014, I've seen some of them again last week and this week. And I just, like I said, if anybody want to watch anything, I videoed on Facebook. Some of the sessions I couldn't, but some of them I did. So you can go to my Facebook page, and I videoed the speakers. So, you know, that way you can't say, well, he's not doing nothing. He's just going to have fun. But it's not like that, and I learned a lot. And one thing I learned, I watched other cities do, is when a councilman goes, or even a police chief, they take children, teenagers with them to learn them about the government. And I thought that was very interesting. You know, in Muskogee, you know, I know we could put it in our budget to take a child or two with us the next time we go, just like, you know, they do at the port for trades and stuff when you get out of high school. That's what the port does, get the students ready. But like I say, if anybody can go to the National League of Cities, you make a bond with these people. And I got a lot of contacts now, and I can, you know, go to a lot of cities. And they Texas, they opened their doors up to us, and they treated us with nothing but hospitality. All the cities I've been to, nothing but hospitality. But like I said, Ms. Boyson, you also have went, and I'm proud that you went also. You've told me a lot about the National League of Cities, and like I say, it's nothing like it. And I just like to thank y'all for allowing me to represent Muskogee, Oklahoma. Not only was I up there, OML was up there down in San Antonio. And but I just thought I'd bring that to your attention tonight, and like I say, go on my Facebook and you'll see some of the things. And I'm like I say, I brought quite a bit of goodies back. You know how we do, Mr. Miller. You know, we fill that suitcase up, you know, when we're going around to those vendors. But I definitely, I had a great and wonderful time, thanks to the council, and thanks to you, Mr. Miller, and everybody up here. So I just want to say thank you again, and I hope I represented Oklahoma and Muskogee well.
We hope that too, Ivory.
Yes, ma'am.
Was that the end of your?
Yes,
talk?
ma'am.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We will go to item 12.
Consider an executive session to discuss and take possible action on the following. A, pursuant to Section 307B1, Title 25, Oklahoma statutes, consider convening an executive session to discuss the employment, terms, evaluation, hiring, appointment, demotion, disciplining, resignation, or termination of City Attorney Roy D. Tucker, and if necessary, take appropriate action in open session.
Make a motion, we go on executive session.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs. Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Will you please excuse us to go into executive session? And welcome back. Roll call, please.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Here.
Evelyn Hibbs. Stephanie Morgan. Here. Marlon Coleman. Ivory Van.
Here.
Derek Reed.
Here.
Alex Reynolds.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Mr. Tucker?
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Pursuant to Section 307B1, Title 25 Oklahoma statutes, the City Council did convene an executive session to discuss the employment, terms, evaluation, hiring, appointment, demotion, disciplining, resignation, or termination of City Attorney Roy Tucker. After being evaluated and discussing the terms and conditions of Mr. Tucker's employment, I believe an appropriate motion would be to approve and direct, effective immediately, a one-time sick and vacation leave buyback for earned and unused sick and vacation leave as a modified term of Mr. Tucker's contract, all as discussed in executive session.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Evelyn Hibbs.
Yes.
Stephanie Morgan.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Alex Reynolds.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Janie Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. That's the last item on our agenda, so we are adjourned.